So today I was supposed to be talking about Metal Gear Solid Delta. However, my friend and I have been playing a lot of Skate over the weekend, so today I want to talk about that instead.
Yo, it's L.
Skate 2 and 3 were some of my favorite games on PS3, with Skate 2 being my preferred skate game because I liked the spots more and had a lot of fun with the Hall of Meat. So when my friend told me Skate was in early access, I had an idea that we should just take a Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas style weekend and just play the game. I did have some trepidation at first because I never played an early access game before. I didn't know what to expect, and I didn't really trust EA to not heavily monetize it because I didn't want to spend any money on this. Honestly, if it wasn't for my tattooed friend, I probably wouldn't have known Skate was in early access or that it was worth checking out. I honestly didn't hear anything about it. I'm glad I checked it out because this is a really fun hangout game or a really fun multiplayer game. Since I played with my friend and he is co-owner of the channel, we got to film on location at the channel headquarters. So we're able to have a full party of people here, each on their own devices. But for most people, you're not running a money laundering scheme disguised as a YouTube channel. So you're gonna have to play this online. In fact, we're all gonna have to play this online. It's online only, and that's like the biggest complaint for me, because if it's online only, in a few years, they could just shut it down and there you go, the game's gone. So I will suggest to everybody the same thing I suggested to my friend. Don't spend any money on this, because in a couple years, if it's gone, where did your money go? In the pockets of EA. Yeah, and then I find out day of recording, there's talks of them being bought out for $55 billion. $55 billion. Like, if you were to count to 55 billion, unless my math is wrong, at a number second, it would take you over 1,000 years to reach 55 billion, which means they have more money than you can count in a lifetime. So don't give your money to people who clearly don't need it. Even though EA sucks, I had fun playing this. The gameplay loop is just go to places, do tricks, earn points, and open loot boxes. You'll get ugly stuff from the loot boxes, and the good stuff costs real world money. The story missions are really annoying because they usually involve going somewhere else, doing something, then going somewhere else. There's way too much traveling to and from places in story missions. The gameplay loop is monotonous, but honestly, it's a lot of fun playing with friends. Luckily, the challenges are varied, including in difficulty, so you probably won't be replaying the same ones unless you missed a challenge or two. If you're playing co-op missions, that increases the chances that at least one person can do the hard stuff, earning you even more points. For customization, you have to open loot boxes, and you get different things to wear or parts for your skateboard. Like I said, the ugly stuff is free and you have to pay for the good stuff. You can find spots and add ramps and rails to turn any spot into a place for you to skate. I know it's easy to say any criticisms of mine might be fixed down the line, and that's a fair point, but my criticisms may or may not be the same as the overwhelming majority of player feedback. Some of the stuff I like may be changed and may not be. Some of the stuff I don't like might not be changed and might be changed. So I wanted to go over the stuff that I hope they keep, stuff I hope they change, and some stuff I hope they add. So why don't we start with the good stuff? First off, the climbing. Clearly they motion captured an ape, which explains why your person climbs like they don't understand how walls work, but I hope they keep how janky it looks. It looks so dumb that it's very entertaining for me. Another dumb thing I cannot stop enjoying is rolling around like Sonic. You can spin in place, you can even jump while rolling, but the coolest maneuver you can pull off is doing this baseball slide. It doesn't follow gravity, laws, or physics, and is too much fun to change. So I hope they keep the weird physics that allow you to do this stuff in this game. As for the actual gameplay, I really like how the stick icon shows you what you're doing and what flicks you did. helping you learn how to be more precise, what moves you can do, and to practice your accuracy. Landing into a manual feels so much easier than before, and in general, I find moves a little bit easier to pull off than in previous games. I hope if this does change, it's only for the better. The flip side of what I hope they keep, I hope they change the climbing, not the animation though. Climbing a building feels like I'm playing a janky PS3 game. They also need to change how you unlock fast travel locations. It's done via level progression, which is dumb. They should just let me unlock a fast travel point when I find it. The most important thing though is to add in the movesets that are missing. For example, dark slides. Why can't I do dark slides, EA? Why can't I do a dark slide? For those of you who don't know, dark slide is when the skateboarder is riding the skateboard and he goes to grind with said skateboard. So he turns it upside down. If you've ever seen a skateboard, you notice the part that the skateboarder is standing on is black. That's a grip tape. Nowadays, it comes in all different shapes and sizes and colors. But traditionally, the standard one is just black grip tape. So skateboard's upside down, you grind like that. I know it sounds weird, but why is that not in this game? It annoys me. Another thing, finger flips. And I'm not talking about a ninja who has acrobatic orgasms. I'm talking about when the skateboarder is in the air, you grab the board with your hand and you like flip it, you do tricks with your hand. Why is that not here? It was in the previous games and it's not here, and it annoys me very much. I want them to add these things in, and I want the ability to do a primo. That's when the skateboarder goes to ride the skateboard, but the skateboard, you see, this is how they get you. It's on its side. I would show you, but EA won't let me do it in the game, and I'm way too out of shape, and I can't do that in real life, so. But, yeah. My biggest fear about this, though, and my biggest worry, is that they lock it behind like a paywall. And I know that sounds crazy, but this is EA. They make billions of dollars off monetization, so I don't know. Sounds crazy, but we'll see if this Orwellian future comes to pass or not. Last thing is trying to get some air. I don't know if they changed it or not, but compared to earlier games, in this incarnation of Skate, attempting to land anything above a 720 felt like I got lucky and hit a sweet spot. I read somewhere that if you experience a glitch, that can affect a lot of the gameplay mechanics, including trying to get air, but I don't know for sure. It does make sense because we did experience a lot of bugs and glitches every time we played. So if you have time, check out this EA game, where the EA stands for Early Access. As for the company EA, Electronic Arts, you know what? This seems to be pretty alright. I've been having fun with it. I haven't spent any money. I suggest everybody else do the same. And I've already spoken about my two biggest worries being this gets monetized to the point where you can't have fun without spending money, which would be unfortunate, or in a few years they think this isn't really going that well. They just pull the plug and shut the servers down and it's gone. So check it out before EA fucks it up. So if you have friends, this is on console and Steam. It does support cross-platform, so be safe and use a condom. If you don't have any friends, well, just hop on there, make a couple. There's a lot of weird-ass people out there. And if you're playing this on mobile, it's probably because you're an asshole. I'm just joking, but you know what? I would have loved to get like a modern skate game, you know what I mean? But I guess the, fourth best alternative would be an online-only skate game that's heavily monetized. If you have a few friends, smoke a few bowls, have a few beers, sit down, check this out if you got nothing to do. Otherwise, Metal Gear Solid Delta video coming real soon, so check it out. And if you're really bored, look for me on OnlyFans, where I perform cock puppet theater. After a couple minutes, I was able to land a few spins above 720. Let me know in the comments how I can spin faster, and if you plan on checking this out, and if you have, what you thought of it.